So, hey, BikerJohn, my Texas hero. I remember you. Do you remember me? It's Puck, man. You remember rescuing me down there in Round Rock, Texas, where you live at. I'm terrible with my memories leaving me. But anyway, thanks again, my Texas hero. I appreciate it. Anyway, in response to your question of can you use a tubeless tire in a tube tire application? Meaning, can you take a tire that is a tubeless tire that belongs on a bike like Tweaks, that is a tubeless tire on a rim that is designed, no spokes, that is designed to take a tubeless tire. Okay, that rim has a valve stem. That rim has a valve stem like this one on here. Look here. Has a valve stem that is mounted on the rim itself. Okay, on the inside. It's kind of a T-shape on the inside. You push the valve stem, you pull it through. The rubber part comes through. Put a nut on the top and tighten it down, and there's no tube in there. Okay, that's a tubeless tire mounted on a tubeless rim. Now your question is, can you take that tire and mount it on a spoked wheel? Probably what you're talking about. Your son probably has on his. Most rims that require a tire with a tube in it are spoked wheels. That's why I say that. I'm assuming that it's probably his V-Star 650. Is that what you said he had? Has probably got spoked wheels. So, going that way, taking a tubeless tire and putting it on a rim that requires a tube type tire. Absolutely. Okay. Now going the other way, taking a tire that is stamped tube only or tube type and putting it on a tubeless rim, no. That you don't do. Okay. My opinion. All right. That I tell you why. And the same thing goes for radials. You don't use a radial if the tubeless tire that we're talking about is a radial tire. Same thing, because you got a tube now. You'll have a tube inside of there, and that radial tire is going to be rolling back and forth. That's what radials do. They roll, they have a lot of movement to them, and that having that tube inside that radial now can create heat. Okay, as the tube works back and forth on the inside of that tire. It's a theory of mine. Can poke a little hole in the side of that tube, and down she goes. And now I rode a lot of bikes down with flat tires, both fronts and backs, big heavy bikes, loaded up touring and all that kind of stuff, and dirt bikes. Had them come right off the wheel on my dirt bikes and stuff. Never, ever in any experience of mine with a flat tire. I've been fortunate that I haven't gone down, but never has that experience ever been something that I would just set out to do. Not that much fun. Okay, so using a radial tubeless tire on a tube type application, I wouldn't do personally. But just the regular tires, like, okay, here's my tires that I've used up this year, and Tweaks is on her 6th one for this season, and I want to show you something on here that'll help too. And here we go. Here's a Venom 140/90/16, and you notice right here that it says tubeless. Okay, that tire was on Tweaks. That's the first tire that I wore off this year. All right, and if you notice it says tubeless, right? Well, if you read right underneath here on this Venom, it says, if fitted to a tube-type rim, fit a tube. And what that's telling you is that tire is just fine in an application like your son is talking about. A tubeless tire on a rim that requires a tube, probably spoked wheel, is fine and dandy. You just have to do the same thing as you would with a tire that said tube, requires a tube, okay, and that you have to put a tube in it, okay. And you also want to make sure when you do this, little word of advice for your son, make sure that that band, there's like a rubber band that goes around the top of the spokes. Anytime that you swap out a tube type tire onto a rim, onto a spoke reel, make sure that it has that rubber band that covers the spoke nipples. Okay, that's mandatory. You absolutely positively want to do that. And then also a little bit of powder, baby powder on the tube. All right, put that on there so that reduces friction for one thing inside of that tire. It helps. Okay, so do that. But okay, so we have that one. Okay, there's 5 tires here that I wore out. Well, look at another one here. Here's a Shinko. Here's a Shinko Tourmaster. One of like 3 of them that I wore out. I got a Dunlop in there. But anyway, and this is a Shinko Tourmaster. Was brand new this year, and wore that off. And you'll notice on this one right here, look at right here, it says, all right, it says tubeless. See that right there? Can you read that out here? Tubeless. Okay, that's a tubeless tire. All right, that came off the back of Tweaks earlier this year, and it says right underneath there, I don't know if you can read that or not, if I can get this light situated underneath there, it says use tube on tube type rim. Okay, use tube on tube type rim. And what that's saying, again, is just fine and dandy. You can use that tire on a tube type rim like your son's. But you got to use the tube. So there you have it, my Texas hero. Hey, tell the wife and kids old Puck said, hey, what's up? Give them all a hug and a kiss for me, and send my love, and make sure everybody knows that I miss you guys, and hope everything down in Round Rock, Texas is just ripping and roaring. Tell that son of yours I'm proud of him riding. Take care of himself and be careful out there on the roads, okay? Love you guys. Get out and ride. Come see us.